Hey there, thanks for tuning in for the top 7 rock cuts of the week. Great Basin Prospecting here, and here's a look at the rocks that we'll be checking out this week. We've got 7 really cool rocks. 6 of them are from northern Nevada and were found by me, and one of them is from Lake Michigan and was sent by a subscriber, so thank you there. Welcome back to all the current subscribers. Hope you like this one. Make sure to let me know your favorites down in the comments. And welcome to any new folks to the channel. I hope you like this too. If you're watching on your phone, make sure you've got the brightness turned up so that you can see the colors really well. Let's go ahead and get started. So first up, we've got this rock. So we can see from the outside, it's got a really nice deep reddish pink color going on. There's a little bit of orange that we can see on this side, and in a few spots, especially on the ends here, there's some white and some pattern, and then some really nice looking pattern there where there's kind of a break in the rock with some yellow and white streaking there amongst the red. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And that is so pretty. Wow. So this is a really nice Wonderstone Breccia, and there's a little crystal cave down at the bottom in the middle of one of the red areas, and just a lot of really interesting variety in terms of the colors and the patterns. Towards the top of the rock, it is fairly unique in the way that those look like some kind of longer pieces, and when we get a little bit of a closer look, you'll see what I mean there. So the ones up towards the corner just look a little bit different in terms of the color and the pattern, at least to me. But let's zoom in here and we can get a better look. So a huge variety of shapes, patterns, and colors going on here, mostly in the red, orange, yellow, and pink variety, but some darker as well as lighter colors in there too. Really, really nice. I can see kind of an abstract jack-o'-lantern face in there. Okay, next up we've got this rock. So this is another roadside find from that recent rock hounding trip. There's a video for that, and I'll post the link along with this in the description if you want to check that out. But this was found roadside in northern Nevada, and it looked like it was a nice crystal or agate material, especially there. We can see it's broken. This was also a larger piece, so I used the new bigger saw to cut it. So let's go ahead and check out the inside. And that is so pretty. Wow. So this looks almost like a nebula or a galaxy to me. There's some really cool stuff going on the interior of this, and it is an agate type material. They look like a little hurricane there on the left-hand side to me, and then on the right-hand side, there's a cool circular inclusion there that's almost all translucent. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the halves. So this is the hurricane half, and we can see that there are a variety of colors going on in here, from white to blue and gray, red, and some really interesting patterns going on, as well as maybe some larger crystal pieces in kind of a darker brown material towards the center. And here we'll zoom in a little on a couple of those, as well as that orbicular inclusion there towards the right, but really beautiful patterns in the crystal here, just sitting on the side of the road. Okay, up next we've got our guest rock from Lake Michigan, and you can see there's a little crystal druzy cave that was sparkling towards the center of the rock. Most of the material looks to be a very light or white color. There looks like there's a bit of orange. Hard to tell if that is something that's just on the exterior of the rock or if that's something that's going to carry through all the way. Here's another shot of that crystal cave as we come around again. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And how pretty is that? Wow. So this looks like a Lake Michigan agate nodule, and the orange and peachy swirls are iron oxide stained chalcedony, and tucked inside are tiny crystal-lined vugs, also known as druzy caves. These sparkling pockets formed as silica-rich water slowly deposited quartz in open cavities. The subtle layering hints at fortification banding, though more dispersed than a typical agate. This nodule is a beautiful example of how time, pressure, and glacial transport turn volcanic leftovers into something really cool. And here's a final zoom in here on one of those crystal caves. I just love the orange colors on this. Okay, and that's it for part 1 of the video. We'll be doing the other 4 rocks, which we'll take a quick look at here in a couple of days in part 2. Just trying a slightly different format to make the videos a little bit shorter, so it's not quite so much for people to sit through all in one sitting. So here's the rocks that we'll be checking out in a couple of days. They're really cool. Let me know what you thought about the ones that we just looked at, and I'll see you soon.